Hey everyone, welcome to the National Homemade Soup Day edition of our CPA News Update. I'm Bill Sheridan with the Maryland Association of CPAs and the Business Learning Institute. Let's take a quick look at what's happening around the profession today, Thursday, February 4th, 2016. First up, some taxpayers who visited the Internal Revenue Service website yesterday noticed a big problem. Bits of the website at irs.gov were not operating, and the reason was a hardware failure. The IRS is working to make repairs and restore service, but cannot offer a firm date when systems will be back to normal. The IRS did not suggest that any taxpayer data was at risk as a result of the hardware failure. Additionally, the IRS did not indicate that the receipt or processing of any taxpayer returns would be significantly affected by the outage for the long term. Refunds are still expected to be on schedule. Get further details about that at Forbes.com. Elsewhere, the Financial Accounting Standards Board has decided to perform research on 6 topics for consideration of possible accounting standard setting. 4 issues will be added to its research agenda and included in an agenda discussion paper that will be issued to the public in the first half of this year. Those issues are financial performance reporting, pensions and other post-retirement employee benefit plans, intangible assets, and distinguishing liabilities from equity. The board will also place 2 additional projects on its research agenda on consolidations and on inventory and cost of sales. And you can read more about that at the Journal of Accountancy's website. The Sustainability Accounting Standards Board has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Institute of Management Accountants to advance the management and disclosure of non-financial information in corporate reports. Get details at accountingtoday.com. Opponents of the Department of Labor's contentious fiduciary proposal aren't wasting any time. That proposal calls for stricter requirements for financial advisors who work with retirement plans and investors. Now, lawmakers have voted to pass 2 measures that could derail that effort on to the full House for consideration. The House Committee on Education and the Workforce has passed the Affordable Retirement Advice Protection Act and the Strengthening Access to Valuable Education and Retirement Support Act. Those bills would preclude the Labor Department from pushing ahead with its own fiduciary effort without congressional authorization. Get more details at financialplanning.com. A startup is trying to reduce the amount of time taxpayers spend on hold with the Internal Revenue Service this tax season. That's a pretty good idea. The company is called NQ Inc., and it launched its service last Wednesday. Here's how it works. The company calls the IRS and sells its place on hold to its customers. And the company claims that it can help customers cut their hold times by doing that from hours down to mere minutes. You can read more about that at accountingtoday.com. On the Maryland legislative front, instead of conducting a physical property inspection, the state would use satellite imagery and other technologies to assess home values. That's under a bill presented to the Maryland Senate's Budget and Tax Committee for consideration. Get details on that at marylandreporter.com. The SEC is out with fresh guidance for what its examiners will be looking for when they visit advisory practices, broker-dealers, and other regulated entities. At the top of the SEC's list of examination priorities for 2016 are concerns about how advisors work with clients who are planning for retirement and the steps firms are taking to safeguard their IT systems and clients' personal and financial data from cyber attacks. Get details at financialplanning.com. And finally, CFOs not only want their teams to be well-versed in accounting principles, but increasingly value soft skills like interpersonal communications and collaboration. That's according to a new survey of chief financial officers from Adaptive Insights. The vast majority of the 533 global CFOs surveyed also cited collaboration with other parts of the organization as a key initiative in 2016, as finance increasingly sits at the hub of big data. You can read more about that at cpapracticeadvisor.com. And just a reminder, you'll find all kinds of opportunities to brush up on those soft skills, or as we like to call them, success skills, at the Business Learning Institute. You'll find course listings and more at blionline.org. And just one more thing before you go, folks. If you're watching on Periscope and you like these daily news updates, and I hope you do me a favor, tap on that little icon down in the lower right-hand part of your screen, that one that looks like a person, and share this out with your followers as well. We'd really love to build a wider following here and help inform people throughout the profession about what's happening each day. So go ahead and spread the news and help us grow. Thanks for that, by the way, and thanks for tuning in too. Have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.